Hey everybody, this is Esteban from Redline Auto Parts, here to introduce to you our new and exciting project that we'll be undertaking here over the next couple months, which is a full restoration slash modification of this 1995 Mazda Miata M-Edition. A little background on this car: we got this car as a salvage flood rebuildable title car from North Carolina. When you get a salvage car that was involved in a flood, typically it could be anywhere from the top getting left down or water getting in there, all the way up to flooded all the way up here from a hurricane, let's say. But we were fortunate in this case that this car only had about an inch of water on the inside, meaning no big damage was done to it. We'll be taking out the carpet out of it, cleaning it up, replacing the insulation underneath, checking for any hidden problems. And if everything is good, we already know that the electronics and the drivetrain work perfect, then we'll be doing the next step, which is getting a rebuilt title issued from the state of Florida on it. So that'll require an inspection. That's basically enough to pass the inspection. After that, we got some more work to do. All right, so once we get the rebuilt title in our hands, that's when we can really begin digging into this car. We're going to begin with the interior right here. We have a lot of items that need addressing, such as the steering wheel, the cluster hood, shift knob, little aftermarket radio here, a lot of common Miata issues. Same thing with these seats that don't hold up too well over time. We're going to be recovering these completely, as far as a new convertible top as well, and any other little issues that we can address at that time. As far as the outside of the vehicle goes, we chose this one specifically because it didn't appear to have any accident damage to it. All the body panels are original to the car, so this will make a perfect candidate for a really quality paint job. Basically, any dings or dents will be taken care of by the body shop and done with the exterior of the vehicle at that point. Alright, so moving on to the drivetrain of this car. Believe it or not, this car actually only has 87,000 miles on it. Just doesn't look like it too much because of the general condition underneath the engine bay over here. Maybe it just wasn't cleaned over the years, a little bit behind on maintenance, such as the regular common issues on Miatas, which would be the cam seals, the crank seal, general stuff like that. But instead of doing just regular maintenance on this car and calling it a day, that's when we decided to make things really interesting, and that's where this car comes into play. This is a 2000 Miata Special Edition. This car only has 37,000 miles on it. It was hit in the front and the rear, causing the state of Florida to give it a certificate of destruction, which means it can't be driven on the road again, but it makes it perfect for our purposes. So one of the main reasons for picking this car specifically is because of the 99-2000 BP4W engine. We love using this engine in older NA Miatas, and we didn't want to just do an engine swap. We're also going to do the transmission, the 3.9 torsion differential. To take it a little bit further than that, we'll actually be raising the body of the car up off of the complete subframes and power plant frames, leaving behind what they call a roller skate, and swapping that out with this car over here. So one of the main focal points of this build is integration, basically making this engine bay look as OEM as possible, and the whole car underneath basically making it look as integrated as possible, so that when you pop the hood, if you don't know, you won't notice basically that everything is from a newer car. In order to achieve that, we have to look at a couple things a little bit closer. If you notice, this car has ABS and this car does not. So in order to get ABS working on this particular car, this is where another car comes into play over here. This 2005 Mazda Miata. This car will be donating all 4 of the spindles and its front upper control arms. With the use of those parts on that drivetrain, we'll be able to integrate the NA ABS system into it. Now, in addition to that, this car also comes equipped with the sport brakes, which are the bigger brakes front and rear. We already checked the BBS wheels fit over those. We'll be using those. Also, the Mazda Speed sway bars, and maybe a couple other tidbits here and there from it. So, end goal with this car is, in my opinion, this is the most beautiful NA Miata there was. The 95M with the Merlot color, the tan interior with the BBS wheels. We want to preserve all of that, but we also want to upgrade it to make it a little bit more current and With the other car, with the 2000 Special Edition, we'll be able to do just that. The engine will give us more performance, the 6-speed manual transmission, the sport brakes, the new suspension, sway bars, everything. And our goal is, at the end of it, when you look under here, if you don't know, you won't be able to tell that it's not factory built. We don't want to cut any corners. Everything will be able to bolt on. We don't want to do any wiring changes, any zip ties, or anything of that sort. So yeah, stay tuned over the next couple of months or so, 2 or 3 months I would say. We're going to be doing regular blog updates on our website on it, as well as our Facebook page and our YouTube channel.